Welcome to Winging It. We're playing Arkham Horror the card game today. This is Amanda and Stella playing Union and Dissolution on hard. If you look in the links below, you can see my deck upgrade video. Let's go ahead and draw opening hands and get started. Amanda will draw a tower. You have to keep that in her hand. Vicious Blow, Inquiring Mind, Leadership, and Perception. All right, we want to keep, I think, the Inquiring Mind and the Perception. The Inquiring Mind being a card that we can put under her for the first round. Although there might not be any clues on the first location. But maybe we'll put it under and move to the Forbidding Shore. The Perception, so we can draw other cards later. First action is definitely going to be playing the tower. So we will replace Leadership and Vicious Blow. And we will get Shortcut. And the Grizzly Totem. Oh man, I would love to get the Grizzly Totem into play. But we can't because we've got the tower. And that's going to take priority. Alright, Stella will draw Marina Snow, Old Keyring, Live and Learn, and Rabbit's Foot. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a way to investigate. We'll keep one of the Old Keyrings, then either Rain or Snow. And the Rabbit's Foot, we'll ditch the Live and Learn and the Old Keyring. Draw 2 more cards. Oh, Lucky, the level 3 Lucky, and the Oops, which won't help until we have a weapon out. Okay, we do have to remove an ally from each of their decks because of the Lovers, which we have inverted. Amanda will be removing a Lab Assistant, and Stella will be removing a Granny Orn. Okay, and then we start with 1 Doom on the Agenda 1 due to we had one of the heretics unleashed unto Arkham. As far as I know, unavoidable with if you get the Aaron ending. We have sided with the Lodge, which Aaron is happy about, and allows us to do the special return version of the act. And so we'll go ahead and read the agenda in the act. The agenda is The Lovers. You are at a crossroads. Reflect on the choices you have made. You shall be confronted with a terrible dilemma. Okay. 18 threshold, but again, we had to put 1 Doom on it. All right, and then we have Act 1, The Unvisited Isle. The foggy shores of the Unvisited Isle are barren and unwelcoming. Not a soul greets you as you draw closer to the island, save for the judging gaze of ghostly birds that observe you from the trees. In the distance, the pillar of spectral energy is rising into the clouds, a vortex of otherworldly mist swirling about it. And it is a 6 clue threshold. It's been 6 clues to advance, I should say. Finally, they start on the Miskatonic River, which is a 5 shroud, 0 clues. Action to resign. You take your rowboat back to the shore of the Miskatonic River, leaving the mysterious island behind. Okay, Amanda will draw into her at the beginning of the round. She gets a Vicious Blow. Okay, so I definitely want to play the tower first. I have to put a card under her. I think it'll be the Inquiring Mind. The thing is that the Inquiring Mind gives us no protection from the encounter deck because there's no clues here. So I think we play the tower, we move, and then we take a resource, and then we can play the Grizzly Totem next turn, which is a solid play. I'm a bit mixed about going to the Forbidden Shore because it does have clues, I know, but it also has a Haunted. You know, it's a risk, but I think it's a risk I'm willing to take. So we'll go ahead and have Amanda get started. She'll spend 4 resources to play the tower. Action trackers. Okay, got my Orbits action trackers out. So I took 1 action to play the tower. We're going to take 1 action to move into the Forbidden Shore, which is a 3 shroud, 2 clues. It's got a circle test on it to test willpower or intellect 3 to find the brazier by the wooden trail. If you succeed, you may light or unlight the brazier. Because we have started with the Lodge, we're lighting them. Haunted is you must either lose 1 action or lose 2 resources, and there's 2 clues. Last action, we'll take a resource. This will enable us to play the Grizzly Totem next turn. Okay, Stella, beginning, she has to do, because of short supply, we have to discard 10 cards off of her deck. Alright, so our Granny Orn is there. Her 2 weaknesses are there, and a Winging It is there. So a mixed bag, somewhat good, somewhat bad. So action 1, she's going to move in. Action 2 and 3, we're going to play the Rabbit's Foot and the Old Keyring. Amanda will draw Whispers from the Deep. Okay. Guess we're doing a setup turn after all. Stella will get another Rabbit's Foot. They both get a resource. We're at 2 of 8 Doom. Drawing a counter card, Amanda will get Unavoidable Demise. We're testing 2 Agility. If you fail, take the 2 damage. If you succeed, you put it in next to the agenda deck, and that makes everything harder by 1 difficulty, 1 damage. So we will just commit Whispers from the Deep. We're just going to take 2 damage right off. I think we'll be okay. We do have the Inquiring Mind. So we're actually at 2, 3, 4, 5, but then 4. So we're at 4 versus 2. Okay, that is a Skull, which is -3. We don't have to pull another one. So we do fail. We take 2 damage. I could have tried to pass it. But that makes the other ones get really harder, so I'm just happy to just take the 2 damage and be done with it. We hopefully can get Michael Lee out and have some soak eventually. Alright, well, we got her weaknesses right off. That's a thing. Alright, so we can draw with Abandon. Okay, Stella will get Whispers in the Dark. So it's a Revelation. Put it into play next to the agenda deck. Each location gets haunted. Take 1 horror. When the round ends, discard Whispers in the Dark. So... okay, beginning of the round, Amanda will draw. She gets another Vicious Blow. Wow, she is ready to fight. So I think we play the Grizzly Totem. We put the Perception on her, play the Grizzly Totem, and we can light the Brazier. Will we be able to succeed, though? We're only going to be at 5v3. Yeah, we could lucky into it if we need to. Okay, so we will go ahead and spend 3 and play the Grizzly Totem. Oh, and we're putting Perception under her. Okay, then we will do the Brazier test. So we're at 3. We are at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to beat 3. We're actually losing to a whole lot of tokens here. I think Stella will go ahead and commit this Rabbit's Foot, so we're 4 up. We really just want to make sure we actually get the card draw off of this. -1. Okay, so we do succeed by 2, which means we'll draw 2 cards off the Perception, which is another shortcut and a Eureka. Great. And then we draw 1 off the Grizzly Totem, which is another Eureka. Okay, fantastic. We're in business now. Okay, so we will say that we've lit the Brazier. This now allows us to move into either of the unvisited isles. We'll go ahead and shortcut. I'm not too worried about those clues. Into this one and see what it says. All right, this is the Misty Clearing. It is a 1 shroud, 4 clues. It's got a circle test of willpower plus agility. To traverse the mist surrounding the brazier. If you succeed, you may light or unlight the brazier. Haunted, you must either place 1 doom on this location or take 1 damage and 1 horror. Ooh, well, we don't want to fail that. 4 clues and a victory point. It's a pretty ideal location for her to be right now. We are going to go ahead and last action, we'll investigate. We'll commit a Eureka. So we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to beat 1. All right, that is -4. If you have no damage on, you take 1 damage. If you have no horror on, you take 1 horror. So we do have to take a horror. Actually, no, we actually do have horror because of in the thick of it. All right, so but it is a -4. Wait, when did we get one of those in the bag? Okay, so this was really just a tablet because when I was rebuilding the bag, I grabbed the tablet was next to the cultist token, and I just grabbed the cultist token. So we'll resolve this is if it's a tablet, which is -4, and it's an if you fail effect, and we don't fail, because, again, we were at 6 versus 1. So we succeed by 1, which means we get to draw 1 card and then do Eureka. We'll do it in that order. Perception will give me an ice pick. And then Eureka, we'll look at 3 and draw 1. 2, 3, and draw 1. We don't care about the pocket telescope. We'll take the unexpected courage. We got enough fighting options. Well, we need to get Michael Lee out, but we also need resources. So, and then we grab the clue. I think Stella doesn't really want to lean into the fail effects here. Let's see, what is the circle test? It is willpower plus agility, which she's really good at. Still, she's only at 7 right now. So we're really not in a place where we can do that. But we should be able to do it. I think we just move in and get 2 clues with the old key ring and just, move on. So action 1, she'll move in. Action 2, she'll use the old key ring. I don't really want to lean into the fail effects yet. We would get a damage and a horror. And actually 2 horror because Whispers in the Dark. It's not worth it. So the Shroud is now 0. Alright, we got a 0. So we got the clue. And we'll use the last key on the key ring. -2. Right. So we get a clue. Amanda will draw a leadership. It's the resources we're looking for. Stella will get a live and learn. This old key ring is discarded, actually. They each get a resource. Three of 8 doom. Amanda will draw, and she gets a Psychopomp song. So it's a surge, peril, add a Psychopomp song to any investigator's threat area. When you take 1 or more damage, take 2 additional damage and discard it. We'll put that on Stella. She can eat some damage. And then we have to draw another card because it's a surge, and we get marked for death. Test 2 agility, increase the skills test difficulty by 1 for each horror on you. If you fail, take 2 damage. So it's a 2. We are at 2v2, and yeah, kind of gross. We don't want to take 2 more damage, so we're going to commit this neither rain nor snow to this test. All right, 5v2. Actually, 5v3 because we have horror. Keep reading that. This Whispers in the Dark is gone. All right, -2. We pass. And Stella will get a Whippoorwill. All right. So it's a 2/1/4, Aloof Hunter. Each investigator gets -1 to all their stats at this location. Yeah, so everybody's favorite Whippoorwills. Okay, at the beginning of the round, Amanda draws a Promise of Power. Interesting. Let's see. If we put the Eureka under her, we could be at 4v1. We don't have the Lucky. We could put out the Ice Pick. Yeah. Okay. We will go ahead and put the Eureka under her. I may regret that. All right. So Stella will engage the Whippoorwill. She will just punch. She is at... oh, I forgot about the quick learners. I didn't need to use those old key rings at all because of quick learner. But I did it, so we're not going to retcon that. Oh my gosh. How terrible was that? Goodness gracious. All right. So we are at... we're at 2v2 to beat the Whippoorwill. If we wait one more action, actually, then we could just be at 2v0 because of quick learner. So we'll take, before we engage it, we'll just draw a card, which is another old keyring. Yeah. All right. And then we will engage the Whippoorwill. Second action. And then we will fight the Whippoorwill. We'll just punch it. We're at 2v0. Okay, that's a -3, and it's not a circle test. Since we were testing 0, we just succeed, and it's dead. Okay, Amanda will investigate. See, we don't have any escape hatches here now that we've used our Lucky. No, we still have the Lucky. Okay. So we do have an escape hatch. All right. We want to be up by 4. We're going to commit... So the Eureka, the Grizzly Totem, gets us to 2, 3, 4. And, you know what? We'll spend 1, actually, to fast play the Ice Pick. Okay, so we'll get that to 2, 3, 4, 5. To beat 1. It's pretty good. Up by 4. Okay, that's -3. We are successful. Okay, look through the top 3 and grab 1. Go to Obscure Studies, Unexpected Courage, and a Perception. We're going to take the Perception. Again, just we want to get through to Michael Lee as quickly as we can. Okay, we're going to shortcut into this other unvisited aisle. Oh, we get to get the clue. All right, this is the Standing Stones. It is a 3 shroud, 4 clues. The circle test is willpower plus intellect. The haunted is until the end of the round. Each increase the difficulty of each skill test during a circle action by 2. Not bad. Stella could probably handle that for her fail by check. All right. Oh, I didn't draw off of the Grizzly Totem, so we have to draw another card. So we draw another Promise Power. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to then investigate here. We're going to commit the leadership, I guess. That'll give us 2 resources. So we're at 2, 3, 4 to beat 3. Do we commit the Perception and the Unexpected Courage? I think we do. It'll just help us get set up to draw 2 cards here. All right, so we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to beat 3. Second action. Oh no. Oh, it's the auto fail. So I make the circle test harder. But yeah, obviously that auto fail is terrible because we had so much poured into that in terms of cards that were important to us. All right. We'll take one more action to investigate. We'll commit this Promise of Power, adding a curse. So we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 3. Up by 4 is pretty okay numbers. We're just trying to get the draw off the Eureka to rebuild what we're doing. -1. Okay. So we get the draw from the Eureka. Oh, I can't believe we lost that Perception. Overpower, Deduction, and Overpower. Well, we'll take the Deduction. We're good on fighting. We can maybe get all 3 of those clues next turn. Maybe. Amanda draws. Another Deduction. Stella draws. Winging it. And they each get a resource. 4 of 8 Doom. Amanda will get Mist from Beyond. Attached to your location. Attached location gets +1 Shroud. Force at the end of the round. If there are no clues on attached location, move Mist from Beyond once toward the nearest location with 1 or more clues. Right. That's actually terrible from what I wanted to have happen there, because Stella could have moved in and used Winging It and gotten lots of clues, and now she can't because she can't reduce the Shroud down to 0. All right, and then Stella will get from the other side, test 3 agility. If you fail, resolve each haunted ability on your location. If you fail by 3 or more, resolve each of them twice instead. Woo! We're about to take a ton of damage. All right. Well, just better rip that Band-Aid off. We're at 4v3. Okay, that's -2. So we don't fail by 3. Actually only fail by 1. So we'll take a damage and a horror. The Psycho Pump Song makes us take 3 damage instead of 1 damage. But first we're going to Rabbit's Foot to draw a card. And we'll get Neither Rain Nor Snow. Then this will go off and we'll take 1 horror and 3 damage. All right, and we get an extra action. All right, beginning of the round, Amanda will draw Michael Lee. All right. She can't just take resources and play Michael Lee. What else would I want to do with her turn? I think we put the Promise of Power under her. well, go put the deduction under her, and we'd be at what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 4 is not amazing. But if Stella was there with her lucky, the thing is, we could commit the deduction to an investigate by Stella with her old keyring, and that would just get 2 of the clues for sure. Just 2 of the clues. I don't know that we want to use the deductions up that quickly. Okay. I think we just put a promise of power under her. And then we will just do 1 investigate to get the card draw, and then take 2 resources. That seems to make sense to me. All right, so she'll start off with 1 investigate. She'll put a curse in. We'll use the Grizzly Totem. So we'll use a ice pick. So we're at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Versus 4. Minus 2. So we succeed, we get the card draw. We'll draw an overpower. And then we're just going to take 2 resources, and then we can play Michael Lee next turn. And we did get a clue. All right, Stella will play the old keyring. We'll move in. And we will then... Oh, we have an extra action. We'll investigate with the old keyring, which brings the shroud down, brings the shroud down to 2, and the test goes to 0 because of quick learner. Do we want to commit the deduction to this? Or do we just want to hold on to the deduction? Because she could actually get both of these clues with the same trick. I think we'll just use the same trick to get these clues. So we are at 2v0. Elder Sign. So we could fail that to heal a damage and a horror. And it would just make the shroud harder. Or the circle test. I definitely want to heal the horror and the damage, even though it costs me an action. So we'll put the key back on the keyring. We'll heal a damage and horror. And then we will investigate again. I will go ahead and commit the deduction this time. The idea being that we can make this Mist from Beyond move away and be done with this location. So 2v0, 2, 3, 4v0, minus 1. Get both clues. We have enough clues to advance. How do I feel about advancing? I think I'm okay with it. So we advance at the end of the round, right? Oh, no, we can... Let's see. We'll advance at the beginning of next round. Amanda will draw. Overpower. Stella will draw. Overpower. They each get a resource. We're at 5 of 8 Doom. Amanda will draw Fate of All Fools. If there's no other copy of Fate of All Fools in play, put Fate of All Fools into play in your threat area. Otherwise, an investigator with another copy of Fate of All Fools in their threat area must draw the top card of the encounter deck. That card gains peril. Its effects cannot be cancelled, and cards cannot be committed to skill tests while resolving its revelation effects. So that's gross for Amanda, as always. Okay, and then Stella will get the Spectral Raven. It is a 2/2/2. Alert Hunter Retaliate. After it engages you, you must either resolve each haunted ability on your location, or Spectral Raven gets +2 fight and +2 evade until the end of the investigation phase. Oh man. I think we're just going to evade it for now. We'll go ahead and resolve the haunted, which just makes the circle test harder. Beginning of the round, Amanda will draw Pocket Telescope. She could just kill the Spectral Raven and then we advance. I think that makes sense. So we'll go ahead and put the Vicious Blow under her. Alright, so action 1, Amanda is going to commit Overpower. We'll use the Grizzly Totem, Vicious Blow, Overpower, Ice Pick. So we are at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 2. Oh, this Mist from Beyond would have moved up to the Forbidden Shore. Okay, that is a -3. It's not a circle test, so the Spectral Raven is dead. We'll draw a card off the Grizzly Totem, which is a Lab Assistant. And we will draw a card off the Overpower, which is an Obscure Studies. Now we'll go ahead and advance. We will spend, we have to spend 6 clues. We will spend 4 from Stella and 2 from Amanda. Okay, this is The Mist Returns. You venture deeper and deeper into the overgrown woods, a timid voice in the back of your mind urging you to flee this place and never return. The dark mist becomes so dense you can hardly see anything. You shout for any of your companions, but there's no response, just the sway of dying branches in the wind and the thump of your heart pounding in your chest. Each investigator must randomly choose one of the set-aside unvisited isle locations, put it into play in front of him or her, and immediately move to that location. Cannot be canceled. Alright, so Amanda will go to the Forsaken Woods. It's a 2 Shroud, 4 Clue, Victory Point 1. The circle test is Combat plus Willpower 11. And the Haunted is you're going to get a Whippoorwill or have a Whippoorwill attack you. Okay, and we put 4 clues. The Decayed Willow. It's 4 Shroud, 4 clues, Victory Point 1. The circle test is Intellect plus Combat 9. I think Amanda will be fine on that one. And it's choose and discard 1 random card from your hand is the Haunted. Continuing to read the act. Okay, if the investigator sided with the Coven, we didn't. Shuffle each of the set-aside story cards beneath the scenario reference card and deal 1 at random to each investigator until all of them have been dealt. In player order, resolve each of the dealt story cards. So we have these 2. All right, so for Amanda, we will get Penny's Fate. So Penny was, let me see, let me look at my campaign log again. I just randomized this with the tarots at the beginning of the campaign. She was pulled into the spectral realm. All right, so we find Penny's apron lying on the ground, covered in blood. There's no other sign of her. Okay, and then Stella will get Jerome's Fate. He is disappeared into the mist, and we are on his trail. So actually we get to earn him, I think. Jerome crawls out of the mist, and you help him to his feet. The mist, he whispers. It's all connected. It's all connected. Take control of the set-aside Jerome David's story asset. For the remainder of the scenario, he does not take up an ally slot. Next to Jerome David's profile, record Jerome is alive. Hey, cool. So, can I mark that? Sweet. Done. All right, so we'll get Jerome. You get +1 intellect when an investigator location draws a treachery from the encounter deck. Exhaust Jerome David's and discard cards from your hand with a total of at least 2 intellect icons. Cancel that card's revelation effect. So we get a nice cancel. It doesn't even take up an ally slot. I didn't remember that, actually. This is the reason that I didn't play Michael Lee before doing the attack, because I was worried that Amanda might earn Jerome and kick David Lee out, or Michael Lee out. So that's actually going to be really good, though. All right. So we resolved those. Now we are on to Fated Souls. The trap set by the Silver Twilight Lodge has drawn the attention of the spectral realm and its inhabitants. One way or another, those who are trapped in the mist will end up here. Each investigator cannot leave the location in front of him or her. Okay, so we got to spend 4 clues to advance. We have 2. Okay, Amanda is going to spend 4 resources to play Michael Lee. Right, and then she will investigate, I think, committing obscure studies. And we'll pull this Vicious Blow back to hand. That gets us to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to beat 2 is okay. I mean, we could do the deduction to try to get multiple clues. You know, that's probably worth it. We'll go ahead and commit the deduction. All right, so we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 2. This is our last action. Okay, we are successful by 3. We get 3 clues. We could advance. I don't think we need to. We will put an evidence on Michael Lee. All right, so the unvisited isle failure is to discard a card from hand. You get to choose and discard, which is great. That's like a winging hit. So we definitely want to fail and investigate here. So we will start off with just a straight up investigate at 3v4. Okay, that is a tablet's -4. If you fail, a spectral enemy at your location attacks you. There is no spectral enemy at our location, so we're okay. We choose and discard a card from our hand, which will be the aforementioned Winging It. We will Rabbit's Foot to draw a card, which is a Look What I Found. And we'll get another action. Interesting. All right, we will investigate using the old key ring. That gets us to 3 versus 2. -5. Okay, well that resolves at 0. So we will spend, well, first of all, we'll go ahead and, I think, discard this Oops from hand. I don't think we need it. We'll spend 2 resources and play Look What I Found to get 2 clues. Okay. We gotta start thinking about these circle tests, actually. Then we will, third action, spend 1 resource to play Winging It from our discard. Which is reduces the Shroud down to 1. Or the Shroud down to 3, and then the test goes down to 1. So we are at 3v1 because of Jerome. We may have to lucky this. That's okay. -1. We don't have to lucky it. All right. We get the 2 clues. And Winging It shuffles into our draw deck. Also, I forgot, because we failed this the test earlier, we get the thing back on the old key ring. All right, I think we go ahead. I'm torn between just drawing a card, and if we advance now, we're going to spawn the Spectral Watcher. We could take 1 more action without it, and we need cards in hand to try and beat some of these circle tests. So I think last action, she will just take an action to draw a card. And she gets a Live and Learn. Amanda will draw another Ice Pick. And Stella will draw Aaron. Did you get a resource? We're at 6 of 8 Doom. And Amanda will draw and get Fate of All Fools. So she just has to resolve the next thing that comes off the encounter, which is a Spectral Raven. Okay, you must either resolve each haunted ability on your location, or it gets +2 fight and +2 evade. So we're not going to spawn a Whippoorwill, so we're giving it the business. It's going to get a +2 combat and +2 evade. All right, Stella will get Impending Evils. You can take 1 damage on Horror, or put Impending Evils into play next to the agenda deck, and it gains Surge. We're going to take a damage on Horror. We'll put a Horror on Jerome, and then she'll take a damage. Beginning of the round, Amanda will draw a Puzzle Box. Okay. She's going to put a Vicious Blow under her, because we need to deal with a Spectral Raven. All right. We're going to go ahead and spend 4 clues to advance the act. From the depths. Before long, the Revenant arrives. It arises from the depths of the Miskatonic River, unfazed by the water or the mist. Sensing fear and blood, it glides slowly toward the island with its arms outstretched. Its gaze brings dismay. Its grasp brings death. Spawn the Spectral Watcher at the Miskatonic River. Shuffle each set-aside copy of the Watcher's Grasp and Watcher's Gaze into the encounter deck along with the encounter discard pile. Return the locations in front of each investigator to the center of the play area. Investigators are no longer prevented from leaving their locations, and put the set-aside Geist Trap location into play. If the investigators sided with the Coven, we did not, so we don't light the brazier. Alright, so we can just move all of these to the center, which we kind of already had it oriented that way. Shuffle these set-aside cards in. Okay, the Spectral Watcher is a 3/5/3 alert hunter. Forced when the Spectral Watcher is defeated, instead of discarding it, heal all its damage from it, disengage it from all investigators, and exhaust it. It is not ready during the upkeep phase this round. And there are additional rules that make the treachery that makes it attack you not exhausted. That's special for the return version. The new act, this is the new act from the return version, Beyond the Mist, version 5. You're close to the site of binding ritual. You must light the braziers to find the way. Then all there's left to do is bait the watcher into the trap and bind it there. Free trigger, during a circle action, spend 1 clue, reduce the difficulty of this test by 2. If each unvisited isle location in play is revealed and the brazier on each of them is lit, advance. So we got to light those 4. We only have 4 clues to do it with. Oh, we'll have 6 clues to do it with. And then lastly, finally, we have the Geist Trap. The path leading to the site of the ritual is hidden by the spectral mist. You cannot enter the Geist Trap. It's down here. All right. So Stella is going to spend 2 resources to play Aaron. Okay. So do we want to do... Which of these tests do we want to do? The willpower plus agility, she would be at 9 versus 11. But she'll actually be at 9 versus better than that because of the quick learner. Okay, so second action, she's going to move into the Mystic Clearing. Okay, last action, she's going to test this. It's willpower plus agility. Her willpower is 4. Her agility is 4. So she's at 8. We're going to go ahead and just fail this the first time. Get some cards in hand. Okay, minus 4. So we fail. Move Rabbit's Foot to draw a card. Get the Black Book. Oh, wow. Man, okay. That gives us a willpower boost. Is nice. It's going to help for the other one. We will go ahead and play Live and Learn. We're going to get an extra action here. And so this will get us up to 10 versus 9. We can spend 1 clue. Amanda can spend a clue. It doesn't say that you have to be at your location to reduce the test by 2. So the test is now down to 8, and we are at 10. And then we can lucky to pass this. Okay, that's minus 3. We have to reveal another token. Curse. And minus 1. So you're at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We cannot lucky out of that. We will live and learn again. Same situation. We'll spend a clue. Okay. So again, we are at 10 versus 7. Up by 3. Minus 5. We will play Lucky to pass the test. We'll light the brazier. And we will draw a card off of Lucky, which is a Resourceful. Ooh, very nice. We could get the Lucky back. And then we're going to move over. We'll actually spend 3 resources. We don't have 3 resources. We'll actually move to this one. We'll play the Black Book next time, which will give us lots of icons to help that. All right, so Amanda is going to, let's see, She can attack the Spectral Raven. She'd be at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 4, 8, 9 versus 4. Yeah. All right. So Amanda's just going to attack using the Ice Pick, the Vicious Blow. She's going to commit, overpower, use the Grizzly Totem. All right. So we are at 9 versus 4. Okay, that's -3. We're successful. Spectral Raven is defeated. And we'll draw a card off the Overpower, which is a Forewarned. And we'll draw a card off the Grizzly Totem, which is Archaic Glyphs, Markings of Isis. Which we don't have enough resources to play, sadly. And we only have one more Investigate to do. Still might be worth it, though, to fill up our hand. Well, we can save getting that clue for later. We're going to take an action to put down the puzzle box. No, on second thought, we'll take a resource and just play the Archaic Glyphs. We'll get a resource and then spend 2 resources for it. Then next we can investigate, put out the lab assistant, and then start trying to pass the brazier tests. Okay, the Spectral Watcher hunts. Amanda will draw Unexpected Courage. Stella will draw Manual Dexterity. Could have used that before. They each get a resource. All right, 7 of 8 Doom. Drawing an encounter card, we get from the other side, test 3 agility. If you fail, resolve each haunted ability in your location. This is going to spawn Whippoorwills. That is not cool. Yeah, we are going to Forewarned for sure. So we'll drop one of our clues on this location. Stella will get Watcher's Grasp. Heal 3 damage from the Spectral Watcher. Ready the Spectral Watcher. It moves, gauges attacks for the enemy phase. Throughout the resolution of this effect, the Spectral Watcher gains Prey You. In the normal version, this exhausts the Spectral Watcher. In this version, it does not. So we take a damage and a horror, which we will just put on Aaron. Beginning of the round, Amanda will draw Curiosity. We'll just put that right under her. I'll help with all the investigating that we need to do. Okay, we're going to start with Amanda. She'll spend 1 to fast play the Ice Pick. We'll investigate using Markings of Isis on the Unvisited Isle, or on the Forsaken Woods. It's 2 Shroud. We are at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Commit this pocket telescope to be 9. So we're at 9 V2. We're hoping to succeed by 2. Put the lab assistant into play. Okay. Well, that was all my marbles into one basket. Could be at 2, 3. No. Oh gosh, that was terrible. I really just need to draw cards. Do I need the puzzle box out? Maybe. I'm going to draw a card, which is Enraptured. And then I'm going to play the puzzle box out. Oh, that was terrible. All right. Okay, Stella is going to try to evade the Spectral Watcher. We are at 4v5 because of Quick Learner. -1. We fail. Get her extra action. We Rabbit's Foot to draw a card. Is a winging it. Alright. We are now going to try to evade the Spectral Watcher. We are at 4v3. Commit Resourceful D5 and Manual Dexterity B6, 7v3. Elder Sign, we don't want to fail this because it's going to alert. We would just take the damage and horror anyway, and we don't need the extra action. We'll draw the card off the Manual Dexterity for passing. We get a Derringer. That's nice. We will Resourceful out. I believe we just want the Lucky. Let's see if there's anything else in here that would be useful. I mean, Granny Orn actually is pretty useful, but we can't afford her. So we'll take the Lucky. So this thing is evaded. Then our second action, third action, we'll spend our 3 to play the Black Book. Boosting our willpower and agility. Oh, actually, we could have afforded her by using the Black Book. But anyway, I didn't think about that. All right, we're going to then take the Circle Test. It is a 10. It's an 8 because of Quick Learner. We are at a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are at 8 versus 8. We'll commit this to neither rain nor snow to be up by 3. -5, we will again Lucky to pass the test. Drawing a card from the Lucky is a Take Heart. All right, we just got 2 more of these to go. Spectral Watcher readies. Amanda draws, Inquiring Mind. Stella draws, Perception. Each get a resource. Agenda advances. The mist obscures the moon, plunging the woods into darkness. A flock of birds suddenly scatter from the treetops. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Check the missing persons section of the campaign log. If at least one character was taken by the Watcher, read the following. It was not, so we're good. Agenda 2A, Crossroads of Fate. As you continue through the woods, you notice the dark mist which has permeated the island is starting to drift away from the shoreline toward the center of the island, where the beacon of spectral energy still rises into the sky. It's a 10-doom threshold. So last time I played this and did a video, I was like, oh, we have plenty of time. And then I felt like we didn't. But I think there was actually, because there was ancient evils in the deck, as opposed to the impending evils, that made it more difficult. But I remember losing this scenario on a very critical autofail with Daisy, or a couple of autofails. It's a pretty miserable play through last time. All right, anyway. Amanda's drawing. She gets Unavoidable Demise. We're testing the 2 agility. I think we're just going to tank this and take the 2 damage. We certainly can. With Michael Lee out. So we are at 2v2. Okay, that's -3. We'll take 2 damage on Michael Lee. And then Stella will draw also Unavoidable Demise. She might pass this. All right. We're at 4v2. Okay, that's -3. We fail. We'll take 2 damage. That's actually not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. Beginning of the round, Amanda cycles her deck, putting a horror on Michael Lee. And she draws a Perception. Okay. Yeah, that makes me happy. Okay, what is this test? It's combat and willpower. Probably Stella test. So we'll put the Perception under her. All right, we'll investigate using Markings of Isis. We'll use, let's see, we're at, we'll commit this to Inquiring Mind. It's not going to be good for us much longer once we get all the clues. So we are at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 versus 2. Should be good. Oh, I just realized that we need to do a Spawn to Whippoorwill here. It probably doesn't change much. All right, so we are now at 9 versus 2. Okay, that's -3. We succeed by 2. So we'll put into play the Lab Assistant, which draws us 2 cards, which is Obscure Studies and a shortcut. That shortcut is absolutely what I wanted to see. We will draw a card off the Grizzly Totem, which is an Overpower, and we'll draw 2 cards off the Perception, which is another shortcut, and a Pocket Telescope. I need to replace that Pocket Telescope. It really doesn't need to be in this deck anymore. And of course, we get the clue. All right, we will investigate again. We use both of our ice picks to be at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we got a evidence on Michael Lee. So we're at 8. We're at 7 v2 because of the Whippoorwill. We'll commit this Enraptured to this test. So we're at 8 v2 now. 0. We draw 2 cards off the Perception. Will be a Deduction and a Vicious Blow. Get another evidence on Michael Lee. We'll get the clue. Then we will shortcut into this one, and we'll test the intellect plus combat. Oh, and we get a charge on archaic glyphs. I don't know that we really need it. But let's see, those are still exhausted. We're testing this intellect plus combat. Our intellect plus combat, our intellect is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our combat is 7, 8, 9. We're at 9 versus 9, and we will commit the unexpected courage and the overpower. 12, 13. And we'll spend 1 clue to bring the test down to 7. So we are at 13 versus 7. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How did I get to 13? 13. Yep, 13 versus 7. We're actually going to commit this pocket telescope. I want to be able to fade 2 tokens, which could equal up. You know, if I draw the skull and, like, say, the tablet, that would be 7. So I want to be up by 7. So. All right, 14 versus 7. -1. Okay, we get 2 cards off the perception. There's a Whispers from the Deep and an Overpower. And then we will get 1 card off the Overpower, which is an Inquiring Mind. And the brazier is lit. So we just got to light 1 more. Okay. Stella is going to start off with an evade on the Spectral Watcher. Come just take heart. She is at 4v5. Curse. Glad to get that out. And a skull, which is -3. Alright, take heart goes off. We get 2 cards, 2 resources. So we'll draw Overpower and a Lucky. Now we can play that Granny Horn. We will draw a card from Rabbit's Foot. I think our other resourceful, if I recall correctly, is in our discard. And we get another action. Okay, now we're going to try and invade proper. We are at 4v3. It's not amazing. I suppose we could lucky our way out of this. It's -3. We will commit Lucky, or use Lucky to pass. We'll draw a card off the Lucky. Get a Guts. That's Willpower plus Combat, so we got some icons we need. We will then move. I think we engage the Whippoorwill. No, because we want to fight it last action. Let's see, can we beat this test? Our Willpower plus Combat could be at 11 versus 11 is not great. Yeah, no, we definitely need to kill this Whippoorwill. We'll spend 2 to play the Derringer over the old keyring. Amanda will draw Eureka. Stella. Drawing Thin. They each get a resource. Alright, we're 1 of 10 Doom. Amanda will draw Unstable Energies. Attach to your location. When you leave attached location, resolve each haunted ability on it. That's going to be discarding a card. Choose and discard a card from your hand. Not a big deal. And at the end of your round, if there are no investigators at attached location, discard it. So that's not too bad. Stella will get, the Nether Mist. Okay, so this is a 3/4/3. It's a aloof prey, investigate the location with the most clues. Another Mist location gains haunted. Another Mist attacks you. All right, so we got lots of aloof enemies here. Okay, Amanda, beginning of the round, will draw Unexpected Courage. We have to put Whispers from the Deep under her. But we can actually deal with that with Obscure Studies. It's nice that it works that way. So, let's see, we could one-shot the Nether Mist, I think. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then Stella will engage, attack the Whippoorwill. Yeah, and then do the test. Okay, so Amanda will move. We have to discard a card from her hand. Will be the shortcut. No, the Inquire. Yeah, it's a shortcut. That's fine. All right. And then she will engage the Nether Mist. And then we will attack the Nether Mist, exhausting Michael Lee, so we do an extra damage. We'll hit both of our ice picks. We will replace Whispers from the Deep with Obscure Studies. Then we'll commit the Whispers from the Deep, so we'll also commit it next time. We'll commit a Vicious Blow. And we'll use the Grizzly Totem. So that gets us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 because of the Whippoorwill. So we're at 9 versus 3. -1. Okay, then their mist is into the victory display. Happy with that outcome. All right, Stella will engage the Whippoorwill. I think we'll just punch the Whippoorwill. We are at 2v2. Okay, that's -3, so we fail. We'll Rabbit's Foot to draw a card, which is neither rain nor snow. And we'll get an extra action. Then we will punch the Whippoorwill. Quick Learner makes it a 0, so it's 2 versus 0. -2, successful. Whippoorwill is gone. Okay, now we'll do this circle test. We are doing willpower plus combat. We're going to commit an overpower and a guts. So that gets us to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 versus 11. Commit this neither rain nor snow. 14, 15 versus 11, and we'll spend 1 clue. to make it... Oh, yeah. Okay. To make it a 9. So 15 versus 9. It's not good enough, is it? We'll commit this drawing thin to get us to 16. All right, 16 versus 9. All right, that's a tablet. It's a -4. We're successful. So we are going to cycle our deck, taking a horror on Jerome Davis. As we draw from the Overpower and the Guts. We'll draw a Take Heart and a Through the Gates, which means we have to draw the top card. It's a Live and Learn, so you remove 2 Live and Learns from the game. Alright, so this is lit, and that means we advance. After nearly an hour spent searching through the dense mist, you finally arrive at the lodge's ritual site to find it in chaos. Members of the Silver Twilight Lodge, in robes of blue and silver, are embroiled in battle with the witches. Annette turns her attention to you, shocked and angered at your arrival. You! What are you doing here? She calls to her coven. Sisters, we must not let them interfere. No, Annette, Aaron replies, standing by your side. You have gone too far this time. It is you we must stop. Unsure of who to follow, the rest of the witches stand down and the two face off. You must complete the ritual, Carl Sanford commands from across the clearing. It is the only way. Reveal the Geist Trap location. Move each investigator at an unvisited aisle location to the Geist Trap. Spawn the Society Annette Mason at the Geist Trap with 4 damage on her. Alright, so the Geist Trap is a 4 Shroud, 2 clues, victory point 1. While the Spectral Watcher is at the Geist Trap, it gains Retaliate. We have a Circle Test, which is 20 for all stats. And then Haunted just take 1 damage and 1 horror. So we are there. There are just 2 clues. And then we'll go get Annette Mason. She is a 4/8/4 with Retaliate. Does damage and horror. After the enemy phase begins, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Spawn each witch enemy discarded by this effect at Annette Mason's location. If no witch enemies are discarded by this effect, ready her. We will spawn her on Amanda. She has 4 damage on her. It's neat. I hadn't realized, it's been a while since I played this, that you don't shuffle the witches in this version of the act. Alright, so we now have the Binding Rite. At the center of the clearing lies the Spectral Trap, a pillar of ghostly energy which swirls about a stone obelisk. Hundreds of phantasmal faces and conglomeration of rotten limbs and flesh intertwined within, a revolting display of death and despair. An unlit silver brazier stands in front of the pillar, ready for you to act. And then it has the same circle. You can spend a clue to reduce the difficulty test by 2. And objective, if the Spectral Watcher is defeated at the Geist Trap while the brazier is there, there is lit advance. So we have to light the brazier, defeat the Spectral Watcher, and not die. Okay, the Spectral Watcher is going to hunt. We're going to hunt onto Stella, and she'll take a damage and horror. Which is actually getting, you know what? We're actually going to have it hunt onto Amanda. Amanda's our tank right now. Alright, then Annette, after the enemy phase begins, we have to discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, which is Psychopomp Song, Unavoidable Demise, and Whispers in the Dark. Glad to see that unavoidable demise go. We avoided the unavoidable demise. Then we take a damage and horror. We'll just put a horror on Michael Lee, and then, of course, we'll take another damage on Amanda. I had realized, as I was doing upkeep, that I had the lab assistant who could have taken a damage for Amanda, so I killed her off instead and gave 1 damage back to Amanda. Okay, Amanda will draw a Perception. Super not useful for what she needs to do in this round. Okay, and then Stella will draw a Called by the Mists. Oh. Maybe get a resource. Okay, we're at 2 Doom. And Amanda will draw a Spectral Raven because, you know, she didn't have enough going on already. We'll let it take the fight and evade because we don't want to take a damage in horror. And then Stella will get Fate of All Fools. Amanda has to draw. She gets a Shadow Hound. Oh my gosh. I am out of stuff here. So maybe we just take a round and just try to kill everything. All right. At the beginning of the round, Amanda will draw a Leadership. Okay. Well, she's almost certainly going to put a Vicious Blow under her. And I guess we're just going to go to town and see what we can do here. We'll kill Annette Mason. The thing is, actually, if we could... No. I mean, I was thinking we could just do everything. We'd have to do the circle test. Okay, if Stella gets the circle test... Oh, but the... Yeah, we take attack for opportunity. Oh man, this is just brutal. Okay. All right. The retaliate is going to be gross if we fail on this. Okay, so the first action we just absolutely need to just kill Annette. So we will attack her using Michael Lee, using the Vicious Blow. Okay, so we are at, we need to succeed by 2 for this to one-shot Annette. We're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll commit the Overpower. 9, 10 versus 4. We need one more icon, actually. Okay, so instead of the Overpower, we'll commit the Inquiring Mind. All right. No more curses. So, okay, we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 versus 4. Yeah, and if we draw the -5, we're still good. If we auto-fail, it's going to be a bad day, and I'll have to thank you to go back and watch my last playthrough of this, in which a critical auto-fail ruined my day. Okay, that is a -2, so Annette Mason is dead. Into the victory display. All right. We draw 1 card off of the Grizzly Totem, which is a deduction. Let's see, we can't do 3 damage to the Shadow Hound. We can kill the Spectral Raven. So let's do that. We will attack... Oh, yeah. All right, we'll attack the Spectral Raven. We're at 2, 3, 4, 5 to beat 4. 6, 7 for the Overpower. 7 to beat 4. 8, 9 with the Unexpected Courage. Zero. Okay, that is the Spectral Raven is killed. And we'll draw a card off the Overpower, which is a Promise of Power. All right. So we really want to evade the Shadow Hound, I think. Because yeah, we take a lot of damage and horror if we fail. But we can only evade at 3v1 unless we commit the promise of power. If we attack the Shadow Hound, actually, if we succeed by 2, we could kill it. That's a good point. And that seems worth it. All right, yeah, so we'll attack the Shadow Hound using the promise of power. So we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versus 2. Putting a curse in. Auto fail. Okay. Awesome. All right, so it attacks us. We take a damage. And then we take a damage and a horror from the location. So we are 1 away from being dead here. This is so reminiscent of what happened last time. Okay. All right, so Stella will engage the Shadow Hound. She will evade the Shadow Hound. She is at 4v1. -5. So we get an extra action. We will Rabbit's Foot to draw a card. Is the Derringer. Then we will evade. It is a 0. Okay, as a tablet, we don't fail. It is evaded. Let's see. We engage the Spectral Watcher. If we take a damage and a horror, can we fade a damage and a horror? Yeah, we can. All right, so we will engage the Spectral Watcher. Enemy phase will ready the Shadow Hound onto Stella. We'll take a damage and a horror on Stella. That Calm by the Mist is going to be a real problem. Amanda will draw, Forewarned. She has no clues. Oh no, she has 2 clues. And Stella will draw an old keyring. They each get a resource. We're at 3 of 10 Doom. Amanda will draw Marked for Death. Test 2 agility. Each creature take 2 damage. This would defeat her. So we are going to play Forewarned to drop a clue. And cancel that. And then Stella will get Impending Evils. We will Surge this. She doesn't want to take a damage in horror. And we'll draw another card, which is a Spectral Raven. We will let it be big. Okay. So how do I do this? Oh, we draw a card and then put something under Amanda. We're going to get a Promise of Power. I think we're going to put the Perception under Amanda. Oh, man. So Stella's probably going to spend her whole turn evading. Now, if we evade and Amanda beats the circle test, she could use the puzzle box to defeat the Spectral Watcher. And then we can win. I don't know if she can do it, but I'm willing to try. All right, so Stella will evade the Shadow Hound. She is at 4v3. All right, that's -3. She fails. She'll Rabbit's Foot to draw a card. She gets a Resourceful. She gets another action. Do we have a Lucky in here? Just looking at what I can get with the Resourceful. Well, I can get neither Rain nor Snow. Is good. Okay. We will then try to evade the Shadow Hound again. We'll commit the Resourceful. So we are at 5v1. -4. We are successful. We will get back the neither Rain nor Snow out of her discard with the Resourceful. The Shadow Hound is evaded. Now the Spectral Watcher is critical to evade here. So we are evading. We are at 4v1. Commit the neither Rain nor Snow. Be 5, 6, 7v1. You know what? No, we're just going to commit the Derringer to be 5v1. If we fail, it's going to hurt bad. But that neither Rain nor Snow would go much better into the circle test we're about to take. So. -1. Okay, the Spectral Watcher is evaded. Okay, we can try to do what? Try to kill the Spectral Raven? I think we will. Yeah. So we'll take a shot with the Derringer. It is Retaliate. All right, so this would be a bad time if we missed, but we'll commit the Overpower. So we are at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 2 because the Quick Learner moves it down to 2. All right, so we're 7v2. -2. Okay, she'll draw a card off the Overpower, which is an old key ring. Spectral Raven is dead. All right, let's go, Amanda. Amanda, first action is going to investigate, committing the deduction. And using both of our ice picks. And a Grizzly Totem. We'll save the Grizzly. No, it's going to at least give us one icon. Okay, so we are at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 versus 4, right? Yeah, 11 versus 4. That is -4. 7 versus 4. So we succeed by 2. So we will get all 3 clues. And we will draw 2 cards off the Perception. Draw 1, put a Horror on Amanda. As we cycle her deck. She draws 2 cards. She'll get a Curiosity and a Shortcut. It's from the perception. She gets 1 from the Grizzly Totem, which is a forewarned. Not great icons, but enough. All right, now she'll take the circle test, which is a 20. She'll use her 4 clues. Brings it down by 8, so it's now a 12 test. Oh, we got an evidence on Michael Lee. All right, so we are at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, sorry. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 from Michael Lee. We'll put in the Neither Rain Nor Snow to be... Okay, wait, let's start. We're at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 versus 12. The Curiosity actually gets 3 willpower icons and 3 intellect icons. So it's actually pretty good. So that's 6 icons total to this test. But we can't commit anything else. No, wait, we can commit 1 more card, right? Oh, actually, we can commit quite a few. Okay, so the Eureka gives 3 more icons. So let's see. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We're 25 versus 12. I think that's really solid. So we're just going to stick with it. Okay, that's -3 draw again. 20 minus 5. So that resolves to 17, 17. So we succeed, and we light Razor. And then for our last action, we actually would draw a bunch of cards here, but it doesn't matter. Nothing that actually is going to affect the... Well, I guess we'll just do it. So we get 2 from Perception, which would be the Unexpected Courage and the Enraptured. And then we get to resolve Eureka. We'll get the top 3, draw 1. We'll take Unexpected Courage. And I think that's all the drawing cards we need. And then we'll take the action on the puzzle box. So we'll take the one, if the Watcher is exhausted, we deal 5 damage to it, which defeats it. And it's defeated at the Geist Trap. That allows us to advance. The Watcher wails in agony as the shadow wraith around its form is pulled away, exposing its true form. You and the members of the Lodge surround the shattered soul to prevent it from escaping R1. All right. Whew, that was close. That was close. I'm going to be a little bit trepidatious about going back to see if I made any mistakes, because critical mistakes, because it was so close. But wild ride. At least it didn't end up the way my last run through of this did. We were victorious, and we got a lot of XP. We got 3 in the victory display, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 XP. So that's really strong. I guess we're on to Clutches of Chaos, even if Nick can't remember it. Hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough. I will see you next time on Winging It.